Have you ever had a game that you've never beaten? A game you come back to every so often, maybe years pass until you play it again, and when you play it, you might get farther, but you can't get to the end. But there's some urge within you to beat it. For me, that is Blobbo Lite, a freeware version of a puzzle game released in 1994 by Glenn Andreas. In Blabo, you play as Blabo, a yellow blob that must collect all toy boxes on each level and take the stairs deeper into the game world. The game is presented as a turn-based puzzle game that can be controlled with the mouse or keyboard. If there are enemies on the level that move on their own accord, they will take a step when you do, or if you wait. Waiting is sometimes a preferred choice in certain situations due to chances of death otherwise. Prime example is when certain enemies have a set path that you can change, or when some like to lock their sights onto Blabo and make a semi-beeline toward you. If in a good position, waiting a turn or more might make these stupid baddies hit a web, fall down a hole, get stuck, or something else preferable. Because of the turn-based movements, you will sometimes have to wait for obstacles or enemies, which make large movements, to fully move before taking another step, meaning that if there is a long row of these things, it will take a few seconds more of time before you can move again. There are also enemies that like to take the rook or queen approach and run toward you in one full move, meaning if there's nothing between you and that enemy, you will be dead. On some levels, there will be items that can be picked up and used for a limited time, for single use or multiple times as long as you carry it. You can only carry one item at a time, and depending on what it is, you will have to either drop the item or expend its use before picking up another item. Axes cut down trees, and scissors cut vines by walking into them. The bombs and the laser remotes are placed and used in the direction in which you last moved. The key will be used when walking into a door to open it, and the sunglasses will stop Sparky from following you for a limited time. There are probably more items on the levels I haven't played, but these are the ones that I have found. As for the obstacles, there are plenty, and it will be your job to figure out how to best deal with them. In the cases of arrows and bowling balls, it's a matter of determining how they will screw you over if you aren't careful. Will they block your path, kill you, or will they prevent you from collecting the boxes? The others will be up to you to figure out by watching me, playing by yourself, or both. There are 25 levels in all, and each level introduces either something new or a more elaborate take on something seen before. Blabo is a kind of puzzle game where trial and error is a way of progressing, whether it's figuring out a new enemy, trap, item, boat movement, or whatever else the game throws at you. And Blabo has a lot to worry about, considering how many ways he can die. Poisoned, burned, crushed, pierced, electrocuted, drowned, exploded, and more. In order to keep your sanity and overall patience intact, it is important to learn to save when you get to new levels and possibly multiple times during a level, just so you don't have to start parts of the level over and over again from the beginning. Also important to learn are the restart/restore save commands if you get stuck or die, since if you die, it restarts the level from the beginning and not your last save. In terms of visuals, they get the job done with all the game's assets being placed upon a white background. The animations of Blabo are well done, but most of the enemy movements are slightly jerky. On the music side of things, the game takes a minimalistic approach by not having a music track. I take advantage of this by playing my own music, putting me in the right mood for puzzle solving. Instead, the game has sounds for deaths, some pickups, explosions, object movements, and plenty more. They are all done well. The best version of Blabo Lite is to get the latest version, 1.0.2, because it fixes level 18, adds the rest command to the mouse, and includes save files for levels 6, 11, and 16. The full version would have included a level editor, the ability to record and playback solutions, and have the solutions to all the levels. Unfortunately, I have not been able to find the registered version of the game. Back when the game was released, the author would send out a copy to those who had paid, but regrettably, Glenn Andreas sold the rights to Blabo to a Japanese company that agreed to port it to the Super Nintendo and Windows, but this never did happen. This 25-level puzzle game has racked my brain since I was a kid. This year I've pushed myself to beat more and more levels since my kid brain didn't have the patience to get very far. And there is an amazing feeling of satisfaction beating a level that you have spent more time and attempts than you are willing to admit. Because of the save files that came with the game, I have currently gotten through levels 1 to 6, 11 to 12, and 16. Currently stuck on levels 7, 13, and 17. Meaning I have only beaten 9 out of 25 levels in all of my years, with this year being the most productive. And I'm still stressing on the levels I'm on. Either it's a matter of how am I supposed to get those boxes, or what am I supposed to do. But I know that if I take breaks, maybe an hour, maybe a few days, or or months, I might just have what it takes to keep on until I'm finished. But until then, it's a nice puzzle game that I can replay old levels for nostalgia and keep on my hard drive for later. This is not a game that comes easily recommended, due to its high difficulty, trial and error experience, and the fact I haven't got the patience to play levels that I'm stuck on for too long. But for those who want a challenge, this game certainly offers it. Blobbo Lite can be found at the websites listed in the description. The Mac game shown was emulated using Basilisk for Windows. Click the links in the description if you are interested in the game shown or using a pre-OS X emulator for Mac or PC. And feel free to message me if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. Any feedback on this video or any of my other videos would be appreciated. If you want to get in contact with me, message me on YouTube or Twitter. And if you want to see any of my previous work or my last reviews, click the links provided.